Hi, my name is Maria, and welcome to SelfCare HQ. Last week we talked a little bit about what self-care is, but we never covered what it isn't. Many people have this false idea that self-care is just a distraction or a way to procrastinate.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
Nothing could be further from the truth. Self-care is an act of caring for oneself that's worked into our schedules. Since it's worked into your schedule, it can't possibly be a distraction or a way to procrastinate because you have scheduled specific time for it. Even emergency self-care, which is something that you would perform when you can't possibly meet your responsibilities anyway due to distress, is planned way in advance. So with self-care, it's basically fail to plan, plan to fail. Even without knowing when we'll need our self-care plan, we can develop the plan in advance for emergency situations like anxiety attacks, pain flares, and burnout. So let's delve a little bit further into what isn't self-care. Self-care isn't reactionary. Self-care typically shouldn't be performed without a plan as a response to feeling stressed. That is a negative coping mechanism. Examples of planned self-care are like weekly massages, salon visits, hikes, scheduled workouts, things like that. Self-care also isn't lazy. It is something that grows you and fills you up. Basically, self-care is best when it's something that makes you proud of your accomplishments and something that makes you happy. For me, one thing that calms my stress is cleaning up. While it takes a lot of energy and it can be super overwhelming at times to start, I've noticed that the dirty environment only makes my stress so much worse. So I put on some music, I sing, I dance, I clean a little bit, and once I'm done, I feel proud and I feel happy. I feel like I've done something for myself and I immediately feel less stressed as well. Being creative, being organized, learning a new skill, making a home-cooked meal, these are all great examples of what active self-care is. Now that being said, there is a perfectly legitimate place for the self-care that involves just lying around in a bathtub with a lush bath bomb in there and having a lovely relaxing bath. Lastly, self-care isn't lonely. Self-care really works best when you include interactions with people outside of your work and responsibilities. You have to make time to go out with your friends and your families, just because if you don't, you're going to get depressed, you're going to get isolated, and you're going to lose all of those safety nets that those people provide. If you don't feel like talking to people, or if you don't know anyone to talk to, I know that you can go to any support meeting and just sit there and listen. You don't have to share. They will gladly accept you and you can listen to everyone else's problems, and you know what, sometimes that helps. And just so you know, pen pals still exist. There's websites where you can sign up to get a pen pal, but for some reason Sanrio Stationery does not, and that's a big sad face. So why don't you go out there today and do something you love to recharge your batteries so you can perform your best, and join us next week as we cover emergency self-care.